What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, class swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Alan in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert, Andrew, Andy, Bill, Chris. We got Sydney in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Emily, Frank, Georgia. Good morning. We got Jeff, Jeffrey, Justin, Keith, Lenandro. Good morning to you. Good morning to Lauren, Lucian, Lydia's in the house. Marius, good morning, Martina, Ray, Rob, Shane, Tim. You guys are piling in. BEA, beautiful. We got peaceful paranormals in YouTube land. First one, taking the crown. First comment in YouTube. Okay. Jolo, did I say that right? Good morning to you. Clarice, good morning. We got David Cook, speak in the house. He's throwing out some tickers already. Mm-hmm. Interesting close yesterday in the markets. Interesting close. So we did have that retest gap. We got the retest. We got the bounce exactly where we thought we might be able to get a bounce. Again, I was hoping for maybe a smaller retest, maybe something like a small little tiny pullback. But we did know that this was a possibility. Get down to this 602.93. We got there slightly even below it. And then bulls just rampaged right on back. Beautiful close. If this line is accurate, this would be our first close above that downtrend. Really, really good sign for the bulls. Really, really not a great sign for the bears. But bears still hanging in. Bears still hanging in for today. Uh, the next resistance would take us up to somewhere around the 607.15 zone if we get some continuation. After that, the next resistance, 607.87. So somewhere in the 607 range, we got a little bit of that resistance starting to pile back. Then we also have 608.95, 609.49, and then all-time highs again. So for anybody that was worried that we might get that breakdown, so far so good. This is one, two, three, four candles in a row, but really good close, and we are just hovering over close to all-time highs in the stock market, and we'll see if we can get it. But there is a little bit of resistance. It's not easy to get there, but it is very potential. I thought maybe we see one more pullback. Maybe we still do. But at this point, with that close, I think I would be looking more for some kind of pullback into here, retest, hold, and then go. If we're going, if we're gonna do it, uh, really strong bullish move would just be straight up, and we just break all this, and we start getting closes above whatever that was, 410 zone. 409.40. We get anything that closes above 409.40. That's a really, really strong move. And then we'll see what happens from there. We got right back above this candle with yesterday's close too. So 605.35. That was a really strong candle to get a break. Not only did we close above it, I think we closed right at the highs of the day, and today we're opening above it. So really good momentum. Bulls still have this. Bulls still have this. So I would be looking for continuation, opening into resistance. If we get some pullback, I'm looking for like 605.35. Yesterday's VPOC is 604.99. Peaceful Paranormals says, are you also looking at crypto? Yeah, we do. Throw out the tickers. Typically just Bitcoin. It is we are focused a little bit more on stocks than we are crypto. But if you got a crypto you want to take a look at, we could definitely take a look at that because we have crypto traders as well. Q's decent, decently strong. So obviously yesterday we closed above this little downtrend, or yeah, I guess the downtrend, the top of this pennant pattern. Good retest on that one, almost perfectly. 525.77 was where I was looking. I think we got to like 525.91, but fairly good bounce. Everything continues to look strong in the Qs. The biggest thing for today, one, where do we open to? Where do we close? One, two, three, four green candles in a row. You are approaching resistance. First resistance I got is somewhere around 530.24. After that, we got 530.96. and then 531.97. So we got some room to the upside. The first one we got for support 529.37. If we get a full on retest, 527.79. So we do have some work to do as bulls to get through this, but so far so good. And then if we can get through it, the bigger target, and I don't know that we can get there today. Um, I don't know. I don't know. This is the candle. This is the day on the SPY, and we were able to recapture the SPY. Can we do it in the Qs? I got a little bit of resistance. If we go wild today, 535.87 will be the close. And bulls just do not give up. Interesting. TLT. TLT is capping down. Not much support. You did throw in 2 days of resistance. 89.87 is the next target if this thing comes back for a retest. I wouldn't really count on too much of a retest here. I think that gap and go is a little more significant, and then I think you have nothing holding you back where we could see besides that 50 EMA maybe trying to hold us up. Otherwise, I think you probably close this gap 88.45. So we'll see if TLT could survive for today. I don't know. And then let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin. A little bit of a decently bull day. Again, we're still hanging in this candle, right? So we have a lot of volume. You got some scary moves. You're looking for support to hold 93, 220 before you potentially have a big drop. We got past it. Bulls rampage back. This looks like a good candle still. We're just inside of it, so nothing's really happening. You don't really want to see this 91, 537 get taken out. So far, we're not. And this looks like almost a little bit of an S curve. We'll probably break bullish from here. But until this we 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth day. We have not gotten outside of that candle. So that's the bull's mission. If this thing is gonna rampage, that is the candle. So if you want to try any swings on Bitcoin, I'd have my stop down to this 91 245 zone, somewhere around there. But for now, you are getting above the 50. You got your 20 in sights. You're at a little bit of resistance now. If we get through it, which it looks like we are, the next immediate target, 99,803. I don't think that's a strong resistance. The much stronger resistance is 101,558, but that would be almost the third time we got up there. So if we could get through that, yeah, I think ultimately we probably end up going higher from here. 105, 289, something like that. And then all-time highs. The Solana right off that 200, good bounce location. As of now, we'll have to see where this candle closes, but bullish engulfing candle. And then same thing on Solana. I think if you start getting this candle to get taken out, 175.21, you're probably going to be leaning a little bit more to the bear side. For now, hanging in this candle, decent volume, resistance on this one. Probably doesn't come in until 243.49 for main big resistance. So somewhere up in that zone. But it's hanging in. It's hanging in. Not extremely bullish yet, but 1, 2, 3 down days. I think next immediate resistance 206.10. Anything above that, I think we're looking good in the bullish direction for Solana. We got Nvidia. Mm, Nvidia. So Nvidia's got a little bit of work to do. 129 is a good resistance, and the bulls so far getting us above it. Earnings are coming out in what, a week and a half, something like that. February 26th. Retest gap. You got your 20 EMA right in front of you, so not bad. Big resistance where we open. I don't know. It looks really good. I don't know that I would be able to buy this thing right at open. Maybe a little bit of a pullback into yesterday's VPOC, 128.40, but fairly good close. I love the fact we're above this 129 though. I might have to be able to take a high wave on this candle. I had 129 as a big resistance, and we're starting to take that out. So if we open here, if this is exactly, we don't take any crazy dips in the next 28 minutes or whatever it is, 18 minutes, and then we open as a high wave candle, I'd still look to go bullish on this thing. The challenge is you do have some of this resistance starting to come back in. Previous VPOCs, you have a wide open gap that we could look to try to fill. I don't think that happens today, but that's all the way up to 142.53. And then yeah, I'm probably looking for maybe 131.13 is the highs. If we start getting above that, the next resistance is 132.55, and you could have some room all the way up to 135.27. Got to get through all those moving averages for that, but looks like a very interesting, pretty bullish open. Again, I would love to see a little pullback, retrace, and then go. Oh, it's muted? No, no, no. When did I go mute? Pan W has a good gap up, so nothing too crazy. It is a little, yesterday I think a little bit more of a retest gap, and then now we're gapping from here. So I think this is a little bit more of a retrace gap into some resistance. Could still move a little bit higher. First resistance on this one I think is 192.03. See if it fails from here. I think this is a little bit more retest. That's crazy. I don't even know I went to mute. I don't know when it happens. 189.51 is a retest spot. That's the first one. If we come back for a full-on retest, 187.52. I don't really know how to play this one up here. I don't think I want to be buying it. It is a good gap. I think real extreme bullish targets 194.02. You do have earnings coming up. That might just elevate us a little bit, keep us in the bullish direction. But watch for that 194 zone. Somewhere up there should be a decent resistance. We get any closing above that, and then I think you could probably before earnings probably see this 201.71 zone. We'll get it up on the list. It is a little bit spready, so be careful of the spreads on this one. But pretty interesting. Not bad. We'll get this one up under Nvidia. Georgia says it wasn't long. Good thing. Good thing. All right, let's take a look at Coinbase, which I think has earnings coming up soon. February 13th. Yeah, just chilling on this one. Just chilling. If Bitcoin goes crazy, obviously this will have a pretty solid day. Otherwise, mm, I would act almost like this is a retrace gap at worst case. So if you're bullish, it is opening at the 50. I would see if you can find a little support at 274.45. If you're bearish, you're looking for that to be taken out. Um, uh, Realistically, if you're bearish, you're probably trying to short somewhere around 279.45. Not a lot of real direction on this one. I don't think we have a lot of edge. The only edge we have, I think, is the fact that Bitcoin is having a decent day, and maybe this thing gets bought up. But you have resistance right in front of you. So I'd be a little cautious. Bullish entries 274.18 if you could get it. Bearish, you're looking for about 279.45. You wouldn't want to see that break as a bear, but not a lot of real sentiment, real edge. Amazon came in. We've seen this. These companies, they got to stop selling products. They got to stop hitting good revenues. I mean, they beat by like 25% earnings per share. Gross. Just And then they came in with an extra 484 million above expect it. Just stop. Just maybe take a have Wednesdays off. Don't sell products on Wednesdays, maybe. I don't know. But you have Amazon, which had good reports at all-time highs. I'm not sure where the guidance came in, but this is a little bit of a gap down. Not a strong push higher, but where we're sitting, you didn't want to see 232.87 get taken out. We did take it out. Next support, very, very close, 231.16. Not a bad report. Everything kind of looked decent on this one. Um, Other than that, for the longer pullback, you're looking for 224.89 hold. Not sure that we get there today. There's all sorts of support in there. I would expect probably a little bit of chop on this one. Maybe even just bulls come in and buy it up. Just because it's just because it's going to open down and bulls love to buy things. So that's about it. But yeah, if you're really bullish, you want to see us get back above this 232.87. If we could do that, and maybe we have a retest into, I don't know, probably 236.29. If we cannot stay above it, it's probably going to be chop with support around 231.16, and then your next probable target, stretch target, I think for today takes us to like 227.93 if we get down there, but kind of chilling, even though it is down a decent amount. I think after hours was down a lot more. I think we were in the 229 zone, something like that. Chilling, chilling. TEM. Uh, TEM. Yesterday was mostly a retest gap. Where did we end up hitting? What was the highs? The highs were essentially the open. I kind of would have liked to see this thing hold this 69.42. We gave a little bit more than that back. We even came in slightly below the next, like we closed below the 66.62. I think if we could recapture that, that's not bad. If you're gonna try it bullish and you want to try to buy it low, let's see if you can get it off of yesterday's VPOC 65.35. Otherwise, wasn't a great candle. It kind of retested a little more than it should have on this one. So I would be expecting a little bit more to the downside, I think, on this. Which the next immediate target to the downside will be 62.74. Maybe we can finally get a little pullback on this one. Beautiful gap and go. Just ran, powerful move. Real huge support doesn't come until like 46.99. We're not hitting that today. But maybe a little bit more. Still kind of hanging out really in that last candle, and this is a retest gap, but maybe come down 62.87 for some bulls to enter if we don't do it here. But right now, I haven't really broken down any of the bullish candles, so see if there's some support a little bit higher. See what happens at 65.47. Maybe that trend could continue. Otherwise, it looked a little extra weaker. PLTR. It only goes higher. There's only one direction on this one. That's it, just up. Yeah, valuations don't make sense. So buy high, sell higher. That would be the strategy. Pretty decent open. You're opening 20 cents higher, at least for now, than where we got the close yesterday. You got 107.86. That would be your support if we get some kind of a pullback. But let's not talk crazy. Let's not talk crazy. It's never gonna pull back ever. So uh but yeah, stay bullish. Great gap, good follow through, nice close. If we can figure out how to pull back a little bit, 107.86. I think the Bulls even at this point are like, I don't know, I can't believe this. This is crazy. So if the Bulls can't believe it, they're not even gonna sell it. They don't know what to do. Bears don't know what to do. Oh, Bears are out of money, so we don't have any more Bears left. It's just Bulls, but yeah, looks like it wants to go higher. And if you want to try to play that, 107.86 would be your entry. Tesla, Tessie, can't you see? Um, Interesting candle that we did yesterday. So, and I missed this day trade only because I was too slow. I'm a turtle. We closed outside of this little pennant pattern. So it looks like we're breaking down. We did say yesterday this thing is probably going to need to have a really strong bounce at some point, and we got one. It actually did end green for the day. Well, green candle still down for the day though. So kind of a mixed bag. We are still well below the what should have held as support. Uh, I don't think we got any significant real bounce spot. There's still a lot of room to the downside for Tesla, and this is a big technical break. So unless we start really recapturing this somewhere in the 378, 379 zone, if we can start getting closes above it, this will be one heck of a bear trap, and then we rally. Other than that, it does look weak. We even had yesterday's VPOC lower than all of those. I think this play, as much as I would love to see some kind of turnaround on Tesla and just rampage back, I think for now, you're probably looking a little bit more bearish still on Tessie. We have a little bit of a gap and go today, still inside candle, but support on this one, look for support around 368.82. If we start to get through that one, and I'm going to set an alert here, but if we start to get through that one again, you have room all the way down to 356.95. That could happen today. And then you got 352.21. If we get down here, they start buying it back up again. Then I'm looking for a potential bounce, and I don't know, we got some resistance away, but potential bounce into like 381.58. We start closing above that. Tesla's got a real shot. Um, Otherwise, you are just in between this as well. In between some of this resistance and inside day, it's probably a little bit more choppy. 376.24 would be a big resistance on it for today. EXPE gapping above some resistance, some recent resistance on a daily chart. Yeah, it is. That is a astonishing gap at all-time highs. No, not quite all-time highs. Wow, that's a crazy gap. Huh. Target's probably 197.50 for today, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to play this one. That is a great gap. I don't want it to go short. I know that. Technically a retest gap from yesterday, but all those bears are getting taken out. I think the closest we can get down to, I don't know, 191.38. That might be your spot to try to buy it. That's probably going to get some of those bears to just take less of a loss. Yeah, really good gap. That one's got to go up higher. I do think this one's a little bit spready as well. So just watch the spread. Volume should be good today, at least. Give me some kind of pullback. I'd even go high wave candle on this one, maybe. But yeah, the closest this thing gets down to like this 191.38 zone, I think that's your retest spot. Yeah, that's a really good gap. Dang. All right, we'll watch that one. And then you got targets up to like 197. Maybe, just maybe favorite gap of the day. I wish we had more room to the higher side, but and again, this is a big move already. That's what that's what's gonna throw me. We're already up $20. Are we really gonna go more than that today? I don't know, but yeah, that looks pretty solid. All right, we got pins, PINS. What are you doing, pins? Finally breaking out. See, this is what we have to do for earnings. We got to come in with those misses. That's a beautiful, almost 13% miss earning per share. They did, if they only could have come in with less revenue, that would have been better, bigger gap. But they could only do so much, I guess. Starting to open up into a decent resistance. So look for somewhere around this $41.16 zone. 41.16 is some type of resistance. If we get above it, I think this is probably a fade. Yeah, I'm probably gonna look for this fade. That is a massive gap for sure. Massive gap into resistance. And then question is how can I play this one? That's what it might be an annoying one. Probably right below this candle. That's where you're gonna want to try to get in there for a short, some kind of entry. I don't know, around there to the bear side. I don't know where our stop is gonna be. We did get up there pre-market. Probably don't want to take out that red candle, so unfortunately, stop might be $2 higher, at least off of this immediate chart. Otherwise, you could probably take that current candle and just bracket it. Something to that effect. Again, I don't think it's gonna be an easy short. You still got your 200 coming in on a 3 minute at 39.27, but something like that would look like a decent attempt if this thing doesn't open. And I mean, they did miss on earnings per share, so they're doing their part of why they should stay up here. But yeah, that resistance. If you get the breakdown on this one, first support is at that 40.15 where we threw our bearish entry, and then there's nothing really holding us back. 38.10. So monster spot. If that one candle coming in now breaks down, that looks like a decent short. All right, let's see. Costco. Should I take profits given yesterday's candle or let it run? You gonna bail out on the co? Um, I don't know if this is for a long-term position or if it's for a trade. That is a lot of green candles in a row. If you're starting to get worried, I mean, you could shave some shares. My guess would be that you're profitable unless you top ticked it yesterday as your first entry. I don't believe that to be the case. I think it keeps running long term, but this one will have probably an eventual pullback. I don't think I'd really do anything if it's in my long term. Just maybe if you want to sell some covered calls, probably not a bad spot. There's a lot of green candles, so if you have at least 100 shares, you can sell some covered calls and kind of play it out like that. But yeah, I don't know. That looks like it's going higher. Everybody loves Costco. Costco just continues. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, and maybe we don't, but eventually there's going to be some kind of retracement into this, and then maybe could kind of reposition. But I wouldn't be freaking out. That's all-time highs. Good run. Everything looks beautiful. But everybody on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you're not done so already. Otherwise, yeah, have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Later, guys.